beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a review and 5 looks, 1 palette using the JawBreaker palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I did 5 different makeup looks for you today. I'm going to do full swatches of this palette as well as an in-depth review of everything I think, so you have a full comprehension of what I think of this palette with all of the different shades. This is Jeffree Star's biggest palette yet. It costs $58. It is available still on beautylish.com. I'll leave it linked down below, but this is the color scheme. Today we're going to talk all about this palette and do a whole bunch of looks. Maybe you can get some inspiration, and if you don't have this palette, these looks will also be able to be duped by other things in your collection probably. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you here. I do post a video every day and I've been working really hard to grow my channel, so if you would do that, I'd appreciate it. And I do review all the Jeffree Star launches. Now let's get into the video. Alright, hello guys, so let's do the first look. I pulled my hair on my face just because it makes everything easier, and I want to say I have a bunch of concealer on my lid, but you can still see my first impressions video. I did a pink look, which was like a couple hours ago now, maybe like 3 or 4 hours ago. I only had that eyeshadow on to do the video and I wiped it right off, so I did not have it on for very long, and it stained so bad. Like even with concealer on my lid you can still see the pink coming through, so I wanted to say that those pink shades do stain a lot. It does not bother me because I put makeup on over it anyways, it's fine. But if it bothers you, there you know. Now you know those things. I know it says it can stain. Usually it don't get stained that bad. Like it's a really bad stain compared to other shadows that I've used that's supposed to stain. But let's go ahead and get started. I don't know what I want to do for this look. I put on like a dark color so I could like figure it out. There's only one green in this palette, which bothers the hell out of me because you have so many pinks, you have so many reds, you have purples, you have blues. There's only one green. I wish there was at least another green in here. We have this mint shade that's definitely a blue. It bothers me there's only one green. But regardless, I think we should go for like, I don't know. I want to do yellow, but I feel like I want to use yellow when my face is fresh. And I just did this really quickly, so let's go. Let's go orange, I guess. I'm going to start off with Cone. I'm going to put this over my crease to kind of set the primer we have down. Guess we'll do orange, and then maybe it won't stain as bad as the pink. Since the pink's already under there, we'll go ahead and build off of that. This shade Cone does have a lot of fallout in the pan, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Some people hate fallout and they complain about it so much. But most of the time, I go back in the second time and pick it back up. Alright, so for the next shade, I'm going to take Suck, which is right here. It looks like a kind of pink-based orange. It's on the brush, and I'm going to pat this over the crease like the other shade, but also in the inner and outer portion of the lid. So, everything but the center of the eye. Okay, so for the, I put a little concealer down to cut this. I'm going to put JawBreaker over the center. Okay, so for the other part of the eye, I'm going to take orange juice right here, which is this shade, and I'm going to pack it on the outer and other part of the lid to make a better halo. Do you miss me though?
I do miss you.
Alright, so I added the shade Cone that we did the first shade all over the lower lash line. And I'm going to go pop on some lashes and lipstick and we'll see the finished look for this little orange halo eye. Alright guys, so I'm not really feeling this look, but this is look number 1. It's a cute halo, little moment. It's kind of a halo. It's not really a halo. I don't know, but it looks kind of cute and orange. The orange shadows worked okay. I wasn't too crazy about the white shimmer. We did test out my first impressions for like the inner corner of the shade JawBreaker. I'm not crazy about, but the other ones look really pretty. So yeah, this is the first look. We used the oranges. Alright, hello, it's time for look number 2. And I feel like I'm going to go ahead and get this look out of the way because I know it's what people want is a really blue look. But I'm a little bit blue eyeshadow out and I feel like it's really overbearing on my eyes. But we're going to do it anyways because you guys seem to love blue looks. So I'm going to start off with Brain Freeze, which is this light sky blue on the Sigma E38 brush. And I'm just going to pack this on over our crease. I don't know what we're doing yet. Whenever I don't know what we're doing, we just start off with something over the crease, which is every look, because I never know what I'm going to do. I just know what colors I'm going to use. There is some kickback in the pan with this shade, but it's not as much as some of the other colors we've tried so far, so it's really not bad. And the pigmentation of this looks very pretty. I really like that it's still really light blue and didn't get dark, even though I built it up a little bit. I feel like this is a really cute base. I really like the light blue by itself. I don't want to really darken it up, but I want to try these other blues in here. So let's now take... I don't know. I don't know what we're on. I guess we're going to do like a blue navy thing. I'm going to take Soaked, which is this neon kind of color. It's a really bright color. I'm going to take it on that same brush we used. Not too much fallout with this shade, which is good. And I'm just going to press it lower than we did that light blue, I guess. Maybe we'll go light blue, darkest blue? Maybe? I don't know. Just testing out the quality of the shadows and not the quality of my skill set, which I don't have any of. So this shade in particular seems really dry and kind of scratchy. I'm not a fan. So I've dipped into this multiple times now, and it's a very neon blue, but when you pack it on, it shows up, sure, but it's not consistent. Like, it doesn't want to stick to a certain little piece of my eye over here, and it's not as fluorescent as it looks in the pan at all. And it's taking a lot of work to kind of blend and build this up. So this one is super dry, and I do not like it at all. But I'm going to keep trying to make this work because, well, I want it to look good. See what I mean? It will not stick here. I've been packing shadow on right there. And I have a good eyelid primer on. And I don't usually have this issue. I don't know what's going on with this shade. I don't like it. We'll see if it does it on the other eye. Alright, so this is what we're working with right now. This did not stick to that corner of the eye, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. This one looks okay, but I think, like, the edges don't look great. The blending job isn't perfect either, but, like, I don't know. This, I know what this is, actually. I had the same, like, I loved the Blue Blood palette, you guys, but there was a neon blue that looked purple, and it was very, very dry. This is, like, the same neon blue, but it looks less purple. It does look more actually blue. I think it was called Blue Monday in the other palette. But it had the same kind of issues with it, except it looked more purple when it went on the eye. This one is like the same weird consistency, but it's blue this time. But I don't know. I kind of lost a lot of the sky blue in there. I'm going to take the shade Delicious now, which is this navy shade, which I'm a little bit intimidated by. And I'm going to darken up the center lid with this. I could pack this on, but we're just going to use the same brush because doing all of these makeup tutorials, I'm going to have a lot of dirty brushes to wash. I guess I'm going to go in with this shade and kind of cover up that weird patch on this eye. I'm going back now into that baby blue and adding a little bit of more of that. It kind of looks like I have a bruise on my eye. This look is so weird for me, but we'll see if we can make it work. You put on a pair of lashes and you can make a lot of things work. So we don't have a blue shimmer in this palette, which is kind of odd, but I'm just going to take a mix of Brain Freeze and Soaked for the lower lash line on an E55 shader brush from Sigma. Okay, so my eyeshadow is done. It looks really strange right now, but I'm gonna pop on some lashes, mascara, and lipstick, and I will be right back to show you the finished look. Alright guys, so this is look number 2. What do we think? I put on this weird pink lip. It's Scandal by Jeffree Star, which I have not worn since I reviewed it because it's just not perfectly opaque, but I tried my best to layer it up to make it look opaque. But this is the second look. Also, I look so dewy, which is amazing. And my hair is a wreck, but like, I've already done makeup 4 times a day. I don't feel like washing my hair right now. So this is the second look. I think it looks very nice. The quality of the shadows, the baby blue was really pretty and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. The electric blue, which is Soaked, I found very dry, kind of patchy, and not my favorite, honestly, which is weird because I love the Blue Blood palette. There's just a couple shades in that palette that I didn't like, which I think there were 2, and it's very similar to this one. I just don't like the quality, and I found this one very pigmented, but it was also really dry, and I know it's a powder, but I hope you guys know what I mean by it's like really dry, but it did work pretty well, so I don't have that many complaints about it. And I used Cullinan from the Blue Blood palette for my inner corner highlight because it's the perfect inner corner highlight, and I wish this one had a pretty inner corner highlight. But this is the second look. I think it looks very cute, so I don't have any like real complaints. I think it came out okay. So this is look number 2. Let's move on to look number 3. Alright, hello guys, it's time for look number 3. I am so ready to dip into these yellows because I've been waiting. Also, because ColourPop announced a yellow palette and we already know I'm going to buy it. So this is the Sigma E40 brush. I'm going to take the shade Wow, which is this bright yellow, and I'm very excited, but my eyelids are already primed a little bit. So I'm going to, that looks pretty decent. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I'm going to tuck this in the inner portion of my eye. I always do the inner portion of my eye yellow. I don't know why. I just feel like it looks the best there. So the yellow does show up. It's pretty pretty. I feel like I'm going to have to build this up a little bit though, because you can really see through it. It's definitely not the most opaque yellow, but it is pigmented. And I'm also really particular about my yellow eyeshadows. Like, for being in this expensive palette, I want it to be good. I really enjoyed the yellow in the Thirsty palette. It was not my favorite yellow ever. This reminds me of it. I mean, that is very pigmented. I'm not going to say it's not, but I can also see through it a lot. There's a lot of kickback in the pan with this shade, but again, not something I mind too much. For the next shade, over the crease, I don't know. What am I wearing? I'm wearing red. I guess we're going to take the shade Licorice, which Licorice is not that red. I'm just going to use the same brush. We'll use like the middle, then we'll use the outer, so we get like the yellow off of the brush, but I don't want to, you know, it'll be like a yellow, orange, red moment. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't like this shade. I'm continually packing it on, and it is getting there. It's just another one of those dry ones. Like, there's not much fallout in the pan with this one, which, you know, means they're really well pressed and everything. But it's not working the way I would hope it to. I just realized that I look like McDonald's a little bit. I'm now taking the white matte shade and just blending underneath my eyebrow to blend these shades together a little bit. So this is how our eye look is looking right now. I'm going to take some concealer on a flat NARS number 7 brush. And I'm just going to cut out a little bit of lid space. Okay, with a little bit of lid space carved out, I'm going to take Lemon Drop, which is this beautiful yellow shimmer. And I'm going to set all of it with this yellow. This yellow shimmer is very pretty and I'm very into it. Yeah, that's real cute. I kind of feel like Ronald McDonald right now with this yellow and red look, but also not sure I care too much. That's how I am about everything. Like, oh yeah, this is kind of like, but I don't think I care. That's my answer to like half my problems in life. I'm going to go back in now to that yellow matte that we used, brighten that up and blend this cut crease area with it. And then I'll also add a little bit more of the red shade mixed with a tiny little bit of Suck, which is this orange, to blend the outer portion of the eye. I must say this yellow matte Wow shade looked really pretty and it was very easy to build up, but it's already faded off. Like even over here, like I know we used a lot of the cut crease to cover a lot up, even this was right here, is very faded now, and it's only been, what, 10 minutes. So, not crazy about the long wearing power of this yellow. The one from the Thirsty palette had good long wearing. This one, not so much. Okay, so I'm going to leave my lower lash line blank from shadow, but I will put a yellow in my waterline. So I'm going to pop on some lashes, mascara, lipstick, finish up my face, and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I added some eyeliner. I added a yellow ColourPop eyeliner and it was kind of dry, so I put the white over it, so it looks a little weird. And then I added a little bit of Stila Glitter and Glow right here to cut that crease because it wasn't blended properly. Then I added a red lip. I'm not sure if the red lip is too much for this look because I have such colorful eyes and colorful hair. I think maybe in like muted pink would work because I love muted pink. But I really love this Draw Cosmetics lipstick. This is Red Brick Road, and I feel like it's a really pretty red, and I wanted to wear it. So this is the finished look. I think it's really cute, actually. I'm kind of like, I think this little bit of glitter in here is so pretty when it hits the light. So yeah, this is look number 3. I'm very happy with it. Alright, hello guys, it is time for look number 4. I am very excited. Closing the end of this video. It's been a long past couple days for me. I've already had my eyelids primed, and I'm going to start off with the shade Brain Freeze, which is this light baby blue shade. I want to do something with some of the like pastel colors in here, so I'm going to start off with baby Brain Freeze, which is a baby blue. This is a Sigma E44 brush, and I'm just going to start right here. This shade does have a bunch of fallout, but it's also really nicely pigmented, so I'm not mad about it. I'm not having any trouble blending this shade. Now that this blue is laid down, we're going to move on now to Cute, which is this mint shade. I'm going to use this mint shade right here for the next middle portion of the eye. For some reason, I really want to use this hot pink shade so freaking bad. But I want to try all the colors, not just the pinks, the reds, and the blues. This mint shade, pretty cute, not as pigmented as the blue shade. So the next shade I'm going to use is Gumdrop, which is this really pretty lavender. Ooh, I pressed way too hard on that, so there's a bunch of fallout. But I'm thinking maybe I should go like do a pink and purpley look next. After this one, I'm not sure, because I still want to use the green in this palette as well as a bunch of the purple shades. But I'm just tucking this in the outer third of the eye. I was too busy paying attention to the colors in the palette, and so this placement isn't perfect, but it'll be okay. So the purple shade, pigmented, blending job on this, non-existent, so I am going to cover it up a little bit because, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little bit sweaty and I didn't really want to stick to the outer portion of my eye too well. So I want to go onto the lid now with a different shade and just kind of cover up what we did a little bit, because to be honest, not every eye look with so many colors in it is gonna be good, and I have to deal with that. So I'm gonna take Snack, which is this really pretty pink, and I'm gonna pop that on the lid, and it's gonna look really strange with these colors together, but it's gonna be okay because we're doing 5 looks. One of them's gonna be a dud. This is the one that's a dud. It's fine. I'm not gonna put it in the crease with our like blue and green and purple. I'm just going to put a little bit of the shimmer on the lid. It's kind of cute. This little moment needs to be blended a little better. I will do that though. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to take Gumdrop in the outer corner, and then the rest of it is going to be the Cute mint shade. Alright, I'm going to pop on some lashes, mascara, and lipstick, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I put Queen Bee liquid lipstick on by Too Faced, and these lashes are from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. They are the style of Disco. Also, my eyes might be a little red. They kind of hurt. I've been in front of these studio lights multiple times a day for the past couple days. So this is the finished look. It's very pastel. I think it's very cute. I kind of like that we put the pink on the lid. It's a little bit of a shimmer down there. I think it kind of helps a little bit, because I feel like my blending job was not the best for this look, but overall, like, I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty cute. I don't know. So anyways, this is look number 4. Let's move on to the last look for the video. Alright, hello guys. It is the last look of this video. I am very excited, just because I have a lot of things to film, and like this 5 looks one palette was like the most stressful because it is 5 times to do my entire face over again, which is a pain in the butt. So let's go ahead and get started. I decided against a purple look because the mini JawBreaker palette that I'm going to do a review on as well has a ton of purples in it, and this only has 2, so I used the lavender. I just didn't use the dark purple in here. So for this look, I cut on my cool Simpsons shirt, which I got from the men's section in H&M one day. Awesome t-shirt. I'm going to be using the green from this palette today. So we use Sour, which is this one right here. So I'm going to take that on this little Sigma E38 brush, and I'm going to be buffing that all over my crease. So this green appears to be a little bit of a dry texture, but it also is pigmented and blending out perfectly fine, so I don't have an issue with any of that. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan, but nothing too bad. I did mention this in, I think, look number 1 or 2. I wish there was more greens in this palette. There's only the one. We have a mint shade as well, but it's definitely more on the blue side. So I do wish there was another green in this palette, considering how many reds, how many pinks we have in here to work with that we have in other palettes as well. I just wish there was more green because Jeffree doesn't have a lot of greens in his repertoire. We have like a military one in the androgyny palette, and we have a minty blue green shade in the thirsty palette. But I wish there was more greens in his palette collection. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a green in the alien palette as well. I could have just not put this in here, but then someone would be like, there's green in alien too. So I know there probably is. I just can't think of it at the moment. One thing I'm noticing about this palette that I love, and I know a lot of people probably might not like, I love that there's so many mattes in here. I think there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 shimmers in here. I love that. I love matte shadows, and to get bright, fun, colorful mattes are kind of rare. I know you can get a couple here and there, but to get a good range of colors, and a lot of them are mattes, is fantastic for someone like me who has hooded lids, because like I go like this and you don't see too much of my actual eyelid, so a lot of shimmers get lost on me. So I really like how this green looks. I think it's really cute. I want to darken up this look. I feel like I didn't do any dark grungy looks. I'm not really grungy, I don't know. I'm going to take Delicious, which is this navy shade that I'm very terrified of. And I'm going to darken up the outer half of the eye a little bit, I think. I'm just going to pack it on and then I'll blend it out. I used this shade earlier, so I kind of know how it works, and I feel like packing it on then blending is the best way to go, but it's still kind of a weird shade. Like, it does this weird patchiness to it, but I'm going to try to make it work because I didn't want to put green and brown together, because this brown shade Tasty would go great with some of these other transition shades, but I'm scared to put this with a green and I think it might look muddy, so I'm going to use the navy instead. Okay, so on this eye I'm having patchiness with this navy shade, which is really weird. It won't stick right there. I even like pulled my skin to try to get it to stick there, which is weird because last time I had patchiness with the shade it was on this eye, and it's not as bad on this eye right now, so it definitely is the shadow, not just my weirdo eyelids. I'm going to pack on a bunch more green, kind of help blend this together because it's kind of thummy right now, like when you look like you stuck your thumb right there. I'm just going to add a ton more green to blend this all together. Alright guys, so this is what we have going on right now, and I'm going to take JawBreaker, which is this shade. I find it very sheer, not my favorite, so I'm taking it on my finger and I'm just going to lightly press it over the entire look. I want a little bit of something that's not so matte looking on here. For the lower lash line, just to add a little bit of something different instead of just green to this look, I'm going to take Tasty, which is the brown I was scared of using on the top, and I'm going to add it to the bottom using the shader E55 Brusher by Sigma. I might actually put something dark in this waterline, as scary as that sounds. Okay, so I'm not used to this much shading on the bottom of my eyes. It's very strange. I'm gonna go finish up my face and I'll be right back. We'll see how this looks. Alright guys, so this is look number 5 using the JawBreaker palette. I wanted to show this palette in a more darker aesthetic, that this is a super fun, colorful palette, but you don't have to play it up to be super cutesy if you don't want to. I feel like this is what my insides look like. Honestly. But this is look number 5. What do we think? I had like this little extended teardrop thing. I'm kind of digging it, and I also didn't bother doing my hair because I feel like it matches this aesthetic. I don't know. I'm kind of living for this moment. If my eyes weren't red, I feel like this would be really cute right now. Anyways, this is the 5th look using the JawBreaker palettes, which I feel like I do not look like this anymore, but my last look was so cute and pastel, and this one's like the total opposite. But please let me know what you think of me in dark colors down below. I feel like the eyeshadow being dark, I don't hate it. I feel like my eyes look kind of small, but I also just kind of live, like, that looks pretty good. My lips are a little bit crooked. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you got a couple ideas of how to use this palette. Again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you here. I do put out a ton of videos, all the Jeffree Star reviews. I have a ton of really fun videos coming out for you. I have the mini JawBreaker palette, which I will be reviewing as well. I also have the Midas Cosmetics Lemonade palette on the way. I have the ColourPop new yellow palette to review for you as well, since I love yellow eyeshadow. And I will be doing a ton of cool videos, so if you are subscribed, I'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys! Alright, so here are the first 2 rows of the palette, starting at the beginning to the end of the 2nd row. They all look pretty good. There's nothing I'm really mad about. I think all of these look pretty decent for swatches. I do want to say that some of these are pressed pigments, like the reds and the oranges and a couple of the pinks too. So they will stain your lids, and just from swatching these two, I feel like they will stain. So just a warning for that, but they are really pretty swatches. Alright, here are the swatches of the second two rows. These are a little bit different. So the other ones were perfectly fine. I had to swatch these three twice. The green, the blue, which is like a neon blue, and then this red, they were all just kind of dry. I didn't want to swatch that well. This one especially, this blue, was really hard to work with. I want to say this finger right here is really stained, and I swatched other colors after this color, this hot pink color, and this is still really stained just from swatching. So please put down a concealer or something really, like a good base between your skin, a good barrier between your skin and this shade, because even after swatching other colors and cleaning my finger off, this is still really stained, and just from this one shade alone. So be careful of this one, even though it's probably the most beautiful swatch up here. And then I really love these two shimmers as well. The yellow and the purple look really pretty. This shade right here, which was on the bottom row, called Cherry Wet, I really like how it's swatched. I don't think it's going to stay very well, just because the more you rub it, the more it kind of disappears. Like, a lot of it comes off. But it's a very pretty color. And then these rest of them are normal as well. So here are the swatches for the bottom two rows.